Brad Williams, XL Primes. How far is demand above or below its supply? We're going to have supply and we're going to have demand. So the question is, are we dividing demand into supply or supply into demand? We're going to take the actual and we're going to divide it by supply, and that's going to give us the difference. You can see, well, our demand strips our supply by 130%. If we go the other way around, C5 minus B5 divided by C5 represents 123%. So think about what you're doing here. C5 minus B5 divided by C5. So C5, this is just the difference, and then this is going to be the change. There's a difference. Do we need to talk about that? We will. Calculate the percentage of a goal achieved. You can use a formula that divides the actual amount by the target amount with the resulting format as a percentage. The results in column D are expressed as decimal values. In this example, the goal is to calculate a percentage for each objective listed in column. This is what we just covered. You can read this. If you want to play around, if you have a negative number, you can play with this absolute. I don't like manipulating negative numbers. They're there for a reason. You're going to skew your outcome considerably if you start using that absolute value function. All right, hit F9. You're going to see some variation here. Intuitively, just look at this and say, my supply is 1521 and demand was 970. So the difference is 6377. Be careful there. Be careful, because that doesn't really represent much. That should be a negative number in my eye. That's not what we're asking. Demand is below. Demand is below supply. The way you look at it and you read this, demand's only 63% of supply. Well, I want to see a negative number there. I want to see that demand sucks and it shouldn't show 63%. You see something like that, and you're going to go, well, that looks like an increase. So be careful here. I wouldn't use this. I'm going to subtract. I want to see the difference between A and B, or B and C, or C and B. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go C minus B divided by C. I'm going to change this up. I'm going to show you. I'm going to go with C minus B, and I'm going to get rid of this. I want to see that if demand is lower than supply, I want to see a negative number. If I see demand greater than supply, I want to see a positive number. Not this. I don't want to see this different stuff. Your exercise may be different from what I need. I'm going to keep hitting F9. We're going to see 1643 represents a 38% increase over demand. You're going to take the difference here and divide by 1010. Here we have a decline. I want to see this. I don't want to see 67.59 difference. I want to see demand has outstripped supply by, right here, by 38%, not 162.67%. That tells me nothing. If I have to explain this to someone, I'm sure as heck I'm not going to use this. I made some modifications. I prefer this change. I don't like this particular format. I read it out because I just don't encourage you to use this. I just use the change, and then here's the proof of the change. Brad Williams, XL Prime.